Guys, I'm James with the Full Octane Garage. Today we're going to look at the 2022 Audi A3. This is a Premium Plus edition, and we're going to walk around the exterior, we're going to check out the interior, and we're going to take it for a drive. And I think Melissa's actually volunteered to drive it for us. So welcome to the Full Octane Garage. Let's get rolling. Walk around. It's a good looking car. I like the wheels on it. It's got 18-inch tires. Looks like 225 40 RS18s. They're all season tires. Love this color. Have to ask and find out what it is. It's a little bit darker than the Daytona gray on the R8 that we normally have. It is a Quattro. And again, this is supposed to be the redesigned Audi. I like the idea of a small 4-cylinder turbo car. It reminds me back in my high school years. There lots of torque and very zippy. I think it's appropriate to take video of it while it's covered with sleet and snow. You can see the camera shaking. But there you go. That's the outside. Good looking rear tail lights. You ready to go?
Ready. That's pretty.
Isn't it? This is the entry level car for Audi. You're driving. It is the Premium Plus edition, like I said. I think the sticker price on this particular model is about $45,000. The entry price for a front-wheel drive version is like $32,000. That's not so bad. So, this is the fourth edition or fourth rendition for the Audi A3, and in order to, that has a new shifter, which if you push it all the way to the front, it'll go into the reverse. Pull it back once, it goes into neutral, and pull it back again, it's in the drive mode, and one more time it goes into sport. And right now we have the car drive selector in dynamic also. And every time you start the car, you have to turn the parking brake off. That's a little bit of an annoyance, but I guess safety first, right? This is the fourth rendition of the A3 for Audi, and this particular one, again, it's a Quattro Premium Plus edition. The entry level is called a Premium, ironically, and that's around $32,000 with front wheel drive, and then Quattro is a couple $1,000 option for that. It's not a cheap car, but in today's dollars, it's not really expensive either. And you do get a lot for it. This Premium Plus edition, which adds a lot as far as technology, interior trim, and things like that. Technology that it includes is like blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist. It has, as you can see right here, the car will park itself. And it has adaptive cruise control, which is over on the bottom left-hand stalk of the steering wheel. And that's a super nice option to have in a car at this level. All right, Melissa, what are your first impressions?
I like it. It's a good size. You can see around it. I think you'll be able to park it really well. It's quiet, so you have to be careful with your foot in the pedal because it's quiet.
You drive an Audi now. We have a new Audi R8, and your daily driver is an Audi SQ5. How does it compare to that?
I like it. It's just a different car. So you're not comparing apples to apples. It's apples to oranges, and I really do like it. It's quiet. It still has a little bit of zip to it if you put your foot on the pedal.
The car up earlier from the Audi dealership, it was covered with sleet. It was kind of snowy and sleety on the road, and this car has Quattro, and it does give you a feeling of security and confidence in the car. it did really well in the wet road conditions. I would say it's almost, I've heard a couple different words people use, sporty and spunky on other car reviews, as far as how it is. And it's darty, I think, would be one of those words that I would use. When you get into the front end, it seems like it's front wheel biased, and then brings in more of the rear end, would be my guess, because the front definitely seems to torque around, doesn't it?
It does.
And if I had, as part of the driving experience and some of the items that we were talking about, the lane keep assist, it has probably one of the most aggressive lane keep assist that I've ever seen. If you, like you have the lane on now, kind of steer towards the left center line.
Oh yeah, it's very...
Do you feel it? It literally slaps you back. Yeah, when the lane keep assist, if you were to like make a lane change and turn your left turn signal on, you've got about 3 seconds to get into that lane. And if you don't, and you're in the process of still making that maneuver, it pushes you back into the lane you were in. And I can feel it doing it to you right now, just driving down the road. If you get close to the center line or the right side of the road, it doesn't nudge you, it actually turns the wheel in, doesn't it? So it's a little disconcerting. I would say if they could probably make that a little less aggressive. It's nice to have, but they could make it less aggressive. The adaptive cruise control is really good. I used that earlier on the interstate, and it kept a very reasonable space when you needed a reasonable space. The steering wheel is very similar to the steering wheel in the SQ5, but it does not have a flat bottom, but it also does not have, it is not a heated steering wheel, which is a little disappointing when I got into the car and it was 30 degrees this morning. I do like the way that the car looks. It's got some very pretty trim inside. This is like a soft touch plastic surface, and it's got this faux like stainless material, and then the wood. I think that's a really pretty look there. The stitching is interesting on the dash because it doesn't really hold anything together. It's kind of a accent row of stitching, but it's a really good look inside. Again, they changed the center console out a lot. This is a new shifter. It used to be more of a hand shifter. You could bump and then pop to the left when you were going into sport mode. Kind of like that. I guess you would get used to this pretty quick. Another change is the controls for the audio. You have a on and off button and a mute button, and then you can turn it left or right. Well, you actually slide your finger left or right to change the audio on it. Looking forward again, this is a phone charger, a wireless phone charger, but my iPhone 14 Max Pro does not fit in that hole, at least with the OtterBox cover on it. It's not even close. I don't think it would fit in the hole without the OtterBox cover, but I haven't tried it yet. It does have a pair of USB-Cs here. There are also USB-C chargers in the back. I did not see a regular USB charger in the vehicle at all. As we continue up here, you've got your drive select where you can click here and you can see it. It's in dynamic now. You can see it on the left side of the... Oops. This is the drive select. You can see as I'm pushing it, it's in comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. We'll leave it in dynamic because that's where Melissa likes to drive. And when you put it in dynamic, it just automatically flips into the sport mode anyways. You have some parking controls here. It does have auto off or auto stop, which is annoying, and you can turn that off immediately. It's supposed to be a better auto stop system because of the hybrid, so it's supposed to use some of the electric to bring the car in quicker after it comes to a stop so that there's not as much of a lag. Again, heated seats for the front. There are no heated seats for the rear, and the seats are heated. Just the seats are heated. It does not heat the seat backs. And then you have your climate controls above that. It's 3-zone basically. you've got left and right, and then the back actually has like a scroller knob that you can use to adjust the temperature in the back. So basically 3-zone. This beautiful 10-inch screen. It's a awesome LED screen. The very high def. When you put the camera on to back up, it is excellent. It's very easy to see everything in it. You've got selectors on the left where you can push button to do it, and it is a touch screen, which is nice because the previous system was had the selector dial on it for the last MMI, and that was kind of tough to use at times, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you were used to the GMC that you touch. So it's nice if they all do the same thing.
Yeah, it just you had to spin the dial and then watch the screen and see what was lit up, and so you would spin it and it would go click, 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 click. And if you missed it, you'd have to spin it back and go back through them all again. I won't beat that to death. This is awesome. We love the way it looks. It's super well lit up. And then this one also has what's standard in the Prestige model, and I believe it's optional. It comes with the technology package on the Premium Plus, is that 12-inch screen in the center, which is interesting. It's the first time I've noticed this in a car at all. When you have your phone connected to Apple CarPlay and we're running Waze right here, that it has the car navigation up in the center over there, and you can scroll through various modes as far as audio and things like that on the steering wheel to change what you see on the primary screen. Just some quick information about this car. It's a 2-liter turbo. They make the 2-liter turbo with the front wheel drive is like 180 something horsepower. This one is almost 250, and I think the torque's about the same number. If you bump it up to the S3 version, it's a little over 300 horsepower, and then the RS version, which is a 5-cylinder, I believe, is just a little over 400 horsepower, which is a substantial difference. But the 250 horsepower on here, or 248, is it feels great, doesn't it? I mean, it's very peppy when you get on the accelerator. I think the 0 to 60 is right around 6.5 seconds. If you bump up to the S3, then the acceleration drops 2 seconds to about 4.6 seconds, which that's a big difference. But this is plenty for what you do on a regular everyday drive. This particular car comes with the comfort technology package, safety package. These Audis all come with a 4-year, 50,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty, and 4 years of roadside assistance, which is pretty nice. And it also has a 12-year corrosion warranty. Depending on where you live, that could be a really big deal. This car also comes with optional 18-inch wheels. The standard car has 17-inch wheels. I would highly recommend that you stay with the 18-inch wheels. These are like color contrasting, really good looking, and there's a big difference between a 17 and an 18-inch wheel as far as how your car is going to handle. Like how this dealer, every car we bought from this dealership, we bought 5 or 6 cars, comes with a separate set of all-weather floor mats, and those are really essential if you drive the car on a daily basis. I'm sure you fit just perfectly in this front seat, right?
I do.
Because you're a tiny person, and I'm 5'10", and of course, so I fit very well in this car too. It's got some decent side bolsters on it. You don't slide around much. I like the material. It's pretty comfortable. The headrest comes forward enough you can kind of just push your head back a little bit, and you're actually kind of resting on the headrest. The steering wheel telescopes and goes up and down manually, so you can really fine-tune your seating position and then lock it in with one of the 2 memory seating positions that it's got. I think the seats are 8-way, and it's got lumbar support on it also. Now that we've knocked out all the nuts and bolts, so what do we really like or think about these cars? We've bought and owned several. We've had an Audi S5 Cabriolet, a couple of R8s. We've got the SQ5 now, and we've driven just about everything else in the Audi line. And what do you get for an Audi A3 that you may not get when you're buying another brand that's not considered as much of a luxury brand? This is considered competition with a BMW 2 Series or something like the Mercedes CL230. And you're going to find, I think, that they may be slightly better equipped for around the same money, but this one for only $2,000 more, coming with Quattro, really makes a big difference. And are you paying for the badge? Yep. There's certainly a little bit of that going on. It is cool. This is a really good looking car, isn't it?
It is.
They've got kind of a new front grille on it. It's an all black grille. It's kind of got some meaty hips and a thin waistline, and the wheels really kind of set it off. It is a very good looking car. So you're getting that for the money, but it's a great drive experience too. It has a very Euro feel to it. Going back to my old Volkswagen days and things like that. Oh, honey, you getting a little excited there?
Well, the trucks were squeezing me out.
You're just looking for an excuse. Again, it has a very Euro feel to it. It's very peppy. It's a good combination of sport and ride quality, I think. It's not too heavy on the soft side, and it's not too heavy on the over sporty and you lose your comfort kind of situation there. It's a fun car to drive. We have a lot of cars. We have a lot of big cars. But I think I'd be perfectly fine with jumping in this thing every day and just driving it around. It's entertaining. It's a good riding experience. Melissa was saying, if you look around, the visibility is excellent all the way around this car. A lot of glass going on, including this power sunroof that's got a manual shade. It's a pretty big sunroof also. So it's a nice, light, airy place to be. I think this interior comes in 3 different colors, but this is probably my favorite, this gray. It really ties everything together well. One of the cool little accents I just noticed is, look, it's got a little bit of Alcantara trim here on the side of the seats. That's kind of nice. So, the question always is, if you got $45,000 to spend and you're looking for an entry-level luxury car, would you buy the Audi A3?
I would.
Yeah, I would too. With what we've driven before and seeing this sitting outside, although it was a very good-looking car when I got in it, I was like, this isn't going to be as exciting as I was hoping it would be. But I was wrong. This car is a lot of fun to drive. I've probably put 50 miles on it so far today, going into work and back and picking up Melissa. And I'm really enjoying it. It's a fun, zippy car to take a trip on. It's got pretty decent trunk space. I think you could put 4 people in here, normal people, if you're going to lunch and they're not too tall, in the back, because the back doesn't have a lot of room. So you certainly would not want to do it on a long trip. But if you got younger kids, I think they would be pretty comfortable back there. That it? Thanks for joining us at the Full Octane Garage. Thanks to Driving with Melissa for giving us her input and taking me to lunch. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. Do you have an Audi A3, or have you considered buying one, or what alternative would you look at if you weren't buying one of these? And leave that comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you like our videos and click the notification button. And also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also find us on Driving with Melissa on Facebook and Instagram. And finally, check out Full Octane Insurance. If you have a collector or classic car and you're looking for a great deal with great coverage on insurance, Kurt and Debbie insure a few thousand cars at least, and they're experts in the field, and I think they could really get you a good deal anywhere in the 50 states. Thanks for joining us at the Full Octane Garage. We'll see you soon. Where are we going to eat? I don't know. Where you want to go to eat? You don't know where you're going to eat? Go ahead, name something.
This is the way it always goes.
You know the conversation. Working. The roads are a little shitty.